Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen patch notes, this time for 3.0's PTU Patch AH, released the 6th of December. This patch, among other things, sees improved performance across the board, it seems. The CPU spikes and 30007 errors seem to be largely fixed now. Currently, players in the PTU have 1 million Alpha UEC to spend on items, and previously had access to most of the items in-game already in their inventory to equip. In AH now, all those items that were in your inventory have been stripped out, but you can still purchase them via shops and get the loadouts, buy weapons, buy gear, all that sort of jazz. The intention being to actually get players to go into shops, purchase equipment, and then put it on regularly for this round of PTU testing. Defense turrets have also appeared to be improved somewhat, whether or not that's just because of some of the other improvements in this patch that's made them a bit less derpy. They now seem to track and attack threats much better. These will eventually, with some other systems, turrets kind of take over from armistice zones, so you won't have Port Al-Assar as you can't fire. You'll have you can fire at Port Al-Assar, but there will be massive repercussions, and eventually, again, that will be AI on the ground as well, NPCs running around with guns and security and stuff. We are still waiting on some further performance improvements and some core content, though, so hopefully we'll get more of that throughout the week, though missions seem a lot more stable at the moment in this patch, and boxes are getting less and less buggy with each patch too. Let's go on to the rest of the patch notes. So, single-player Arena Commander maps can become merged together in a single map, with all assets, or all of them, kind of being shown. This is not intended, although it is quite funny. Some ships are still spawning without items or the ability to be flight-readied. If that happens, you need to do an insurance claim on the ship to get it to respawn. That's annoying, but it's happening. They'll fix that, hopefully, in the next patch. Ships still only currently have one functional MFD. The first implementation of persistent bed spawning is still super buggy, and you can log out from beds using the system and holding F, but whether you log back into that bed with your ship still there is another story. Items and ships placed in hangars are still not persisting between sessions. Some improvements and changes though. They've significantly increased hydrogen refueling speeds at Cryastro. They've changed the undersuit weapon attachment points. Players can now only attach one primary weapon to undersuits. More attachment points require armor to be attached. They've adjusted the logo size of items sold at scutters. They've added a journal entry for when players first enter the game as well, and they're going to keep on improving that little hint system if they see any bits and bobs that they have not put in yet. Some bug fixes. Players should no longer run into areas where they fall through the interior space of the 300 series. The mobi-glass should now properly pop up when riding the Nox. Ships should properly be destroyed when self-destructing. Missiles should no longer be able to fire when powered off on the MFDs. Gamma and Omega pilots should no longer be able to get stuck when exiting. In the Caterpillar's command module, the tractor beam console should no longer have atmospheric issues. Players should no longer T-pose upon returning after logging out in the Aurora series beds, and the same with the Herald beds as well. They fixed missing Starkid and Dragonfly dashboards. They've damaged states should no longer appear different to different players as well. That's very important. Mission objectives should now properly update when reaching the objective for the ECN alert missions. Players should no longer be able to reset their oxygen meter by swapping armor. The Starfarers should have its radar back as well. The co-pilot MFD and the Freelancer should now properly fit on the display. For escort missions, the ship being escorted should no longer move away before combat objectives are complete. The AI and NPC ships should no longer spawn vacant as well. Fixed an issue where NPC voices would be lost after alt-tabbing, and the commodity amount in loose crates will no longer count against how much additional commodity you can buy at kiosks, but loose crates obstructing cargo grids will still apply. There's also been various crash fixes and performance tweaks as discussed earlier, and although this patch was minor, it was vital for some added stability in gameplay. The Delta patcher being really the real MVP here, allowing patches to come out very rapidly and not cost all of the data in the world. They're able to get these builds out quickly so that we can get quick iteration upon them, and hopefully see in every person's PTU by Christmas. Every month we have a giveaway. For December, it's for the Orion massive mining vessel donated by our featured org, Self-Made, an organisation looking at kind of all types of gameplay with a lawful neutral stance, pretty anti-pirate, but they're there developing your character as an individual and not being a dick to others. Links below if you're interested in joining them. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that Orion is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and comment on any of my Star Citizen content during the month, including this video if you wish. Do you have any questions about Alpha 3.0, about the PTU, about Star Citizen's development in general? Chuck them in the comments below. A special thank you to my Patreon to allow me to create the amount of content I do. If you're interested in becoming one of them, you can find the links to Patreon down below, as well as everything else we've discussed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really does help me, and I'll see you in the verse.